Hello guys, this is Postdoc Chronicles week number 133. Usually I do this, early in the week after, but right now I have to do this because first, today, March 19, is the release of Hades, which I did in my previous video. If you want, I did a dedicated unboxing. This was released September 2020, but the hard copy, the physical edition, is released today, and then it comes with all these goodies, art booklet and the download code for the soundtrack, which is a very good soundtrack. It's like more than 2 hours of very good music. And then most importantly, I also want to feature this game, Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville, because I'm like a huge fan of Plants vs Zombies. Tenant. I played it on the DS, I played it on the PS Vita, and I initially first it on my my very first laptop back in like, I don't know, 2010, 2011, something like that. And then eventually there was like Plants vs Zombies 2 on the Android, and then yeah, they added like a lot of plants, but it's like, it's like free, but it's like very gated with like you have to buy stuff, and then usually these free games, and then you have to buy currency to unlock some of the other things. I believe this like the third. It was also done here. It's called Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville, and this one initially, because it's from EA, initially it was like, I believe it's also like this, some sort of like you have some currency and then you unlock tons of stuff. But the nice thing about this on the Switch is it's actually the complete edition, and yeah, I tried it a while ago. I was playing Hades, I'm like, okay, let me, the Plants vs Zombies looks nice, so I tried it, I got it. And then it's like the thing that sold this to me is the fact that you can do an 8v8 offline multiplayer game, but then with AI. I've always wanted that on my Switch, because usually, if you have like if ever there's like something like a 4v4 or 5v5 or something like that, like some sort of Counter-Strike, because when I was back then, I usually play Counter-Strike just me and then a bunch of AIs. It's like 5v5 or 4v4, but with a bunch of AIs. I do that a lot on my PS Vita with Killzone Mercenary. There's nothing like that on the Switch, like where it's like a 4v4, 5v5 or something like that, but then you're just playing with the AI, because not all the time I connect to the internet. Sometimes I just want to play offline with myself to save the battery, and sometimes I don't have access to the internet. And yeah, I was surprised. I was expecting, when I tried offline, because initially it will ask you whether you connect offline or online. I tried the offline, and then there's like a multiplayer mode, and then boom, 8v8, and then you be on the zombie side or the plant side. It's very insane. And then there's like an in-depth campaign mode where you're in this huge like area hub, and then you have this the sunflower called Major Sweetie, who was giving you campaigns or missions and all these things. But man, the 8v8 is so much fun. So you can be the zombies, you can be the plants, and then you have like different plants. You can equip upgrades, you can level them up, and again, you can really see the roots of the like some sort of gachapon route, where in here at least everything you can unlock in game. You have a coin, and then there are like some slot machines in there. But yeah, I imagine that in the initial incarnation, this was like I believe it was gated by a paywall, because again, it's EA, but it's a very good, nice thing. It's a very nice move that that they removed that on the Switch. But yeah, do check it out. And of course, if Hades as well, very nice releases for March 19, 2021. But anyway, let's go to the Postdoc update. So man, I just checked the archive, the latest Atlas papers from archive. So the paper they uploaded in March 15, 2021, just like a few days ago, is a bottom Squark search. Is actually the first paper where the National Institute of Physics, and consequently our country, the Philippines, appears. So technically my name is not yet there, because the associate membership of NIP, like I mentioned in my former Postdoc Chronicles, was approved February 2021, because we needed to catch the Atlas collaboration board meeting. That's where they approve new countries that wants to join, and they only do that, I believe, twice a year. So we have to catch that. And my QT, my final presentation will be this coming April 9th. So technically I'm still not yet there, but the moment I'm done with my QT, then my name would start appearing as well. But yeah, it's nice that the NIP and the Philippines, I emailed it to our director and all these things. He forwarded it to the president of UP and all these things. Yeah, it's very nice, that we're finally there. Again, March 15, 2021, the Atlas, the archive paper. Technically, it's like in the paper before, but I didn't count it because in the paper before, it's already published in PLB, Physics Letters B. The published version doesn't contain the NIP. It only contains the NIP in the version 2 of the archive upload. So I didn't count that. I counted the one that was released March 15, because there's like a paper that was released before that as well, March 8, which was my birthday. NIP isn't there yet, you know. So that's like the paper before. I believe it's a photon resonances, search for resonances that decays into a diphoton pair, something like that. NIP is not yet there, and then this March 15 one, the bottom squark one, we are now there, so it's very cool. So speaking of April 9, which is my qualification task, so I have now this base fragment Pythia files of Dire and Vincia that contains their switch, and then the user just have to, you know, if they want to use it in their job options, they just have to type include and then whatever that option, because you know all the other options within the Athena setup is like that. You just call it, for example, if you want to use uncertainty variations, you just call it via there's like an external Python file for it, which is very nice. So it's straightforward enough. So yeah, I'm still writing up my QT and everything. Again, my deadliest deadline should be on April 9th. Okay, and also the how do you say this, the PMSSM. So I was like, so we had like the initial set of the 4 SLHA, like I mentioned before, but then we were instructed by the PMG people, in fact, Chris and John, you know, the guys that I'm also colleagues within the GIT and PMG. They said that we have to do it by a 10K event. So they said, and I mentioned before in the Postdoc Chronicles, like 2 days, like last Wednesday at 9K, this is when I uploaded it. Postdoc Chronicles week 132, I mentioned that I had to generate like 90 events for a single SLHA file, like 8439, 12 in the others, and so on. I was thinking of doing it manually, or I write a script. It turns out that manually it's a hassle, because you know you have to produce 10K, and then you have to merge that 10K, and then you have to go out of the door. You have to produce another 10K with another seed, and so on, and then you have to repeat that 115 times. So it's a hassle if I do it manually. And so I wrote a script, and then it basically did it automatically. It's so smooth. So it's there now. It's now available. So now we're waiting. Evelina and I are waiting for the instructions for the next set. But yeah, I think this will be a short Postdoc Chronicles, because by the way, our MUED paper. So the latest scan is done from Roberto, and he said we will be planning to we would like to submit it next Friday, but then Christoph wanted to add a scan just to see if the trend that we see, you know, where if you increase the lambda r, the regions where the masses are not degenerate anymore, whether the exclusion on the 1/r values goes higher and higher. That's what we wanted to see. So we'll add that. We will be scanning 16 more additional data points. Hopefully, if it will be done, because it's just 16. So if it will be done within next week, then I hope we can still submit it on next Friday. But right now, yeah, I'm still polishing the paper. But over the weekend, yeah, I'm still gonna create a PowerPoint for, you know, the lecture for my high energy nuclear physics group. These guys because they didn't have like a solid particle physics or standard model course. For example, I have like a BS student who never had a particle physics course, so it's meant to be like a crash course in particle physics. I gave the first lecture last Monday, so this coming Monday there will be another lecture. So there's like a video recording on it. I'm not sure if I'll be uploading it somewhere, or I'll still think about it, or maybe I'll finish the entire thing first before uploading. We'll see. But yeah, I'll do that over the weekend. And also I also prepare slides for this the NAST I mentioned before, the talent search for young scientists. It will be Tuesday, and in here it will be like 3 a.m. because yeah, it's 9 a.m. in the Philippines. So yeah, I had to be, you know, drink lots of coffees and all these things. But yeah, I'm gonna make a PowerPoint for that, and I'll try my best, because yeah, I read somewhere that the consolation prize, all of us are like assured to get at least 10,000 pesos, like the consolation prize. But the third prize is 30K pesos. The second prize is 50,000. The first prize is 100,000 plus a 500,000 peso grant, approved grant. You know, you write a grant, and then they'll approve it up to 500K, which is $500,000 pesos. So that's exciting. So yeah, I'm gonna create the slides for that based on the, like I mentioned before, the one I presented on Venda. But yeah guys, I'm gonna do my dinner, and then, you know, Plants vs Zombies, and then Hades. This will accompany me during the weekend, while I'll also do the slides for the crash course in particle physics part 2, and also the slides for the NASA search search for young scientists. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. This has been Postdoc Chronicles week number 133, and bye bye.